Welcome friends, welcome to DGS classes. So today the next name reaction is Riemann-Tiemann reaction. We will study this reaction in detail today. First of all, we'll talk about the reaction, and then as we all know that we will proceed with the mechanism. Riemann-Tiemann is a very famous reaction and pretty important as far as your examinations are concerned. So let's jump into it. So last time we were discussing this hydroboration oxidation reaction, and today we will discuss Riemann-Tiemann reaction. So let's start with Riemann-Tiemann reaction. Riemann-Tiemann reaction. My dear friend, this is a reaction of phenol. So we'll take phenol first, and phenol will be reacted with CHCl3 in presence of alkali like sodium hydroxide. Now what it will give? Pretty simple. This will give you this 2-hydroxy benzaldehyde, also known as alpha hydroxy benzaldehyde. But how this happens? Okay, now let's talk about this reaction in detail. This is the first thing what you have to remember. This thing, the product is known as 2-hydroxy benzaldehyde or alpha hydroxy benzaldehyde. My dear friends, the very famous name of this product is salicyl aldehyde. So first of all, you should remember this reaction because this is pretty important for your state board, national board, or NEET, or even JEE Main examination. Many a times they can ask, okay, what will be the product of Riemann-Tiemann reaction? And they can also give you the product, and then they can ask about the name of the reaction. But as we know that we're dealing with chloroform CHCl3 along with a base. You must have heard about beta elimination or the dehydrohalogenation reaction. But now let's find out a new type of elimination in this particular reaction. My dear friend, when we use chloroform and reacted with this OH minus, now OH minus is a base. In normal circumstances, when we have this beta hydrogen or beta carbon, it will preferably attack on beta carbon to remove this beta hydrogen. And that is why these reactions are better known as beta elimination. But in this case, we do not have any beta carbon. So we bound to remove this H. That means with reference to this chlorine, this carbon is alpha and this is alpha H. And once you remove this alpha H, then this chlorine, one of these chlorine will also get detached by taking this negative charge because OH will attack on this H. Cl minus will get removed pretty easily. And what you will get? You will get this carbene, dichlorocarbene, dichloro because these are 2-chloro, carbene. Guys, as alpha hydrogen is involved in this elimination, this is better known as alpha elimination, and this alpha elimination will give you this intermediate known as carbene. So this is dichlorocarbene. Pretty easy to understand what I believe, because carbon loses 2 bonds. One is this hydrogen, one is this chlorine. So that is why what we get is a carbene. Now carbene by behavior is basically an electrophile. Why this is an electrophile? Because carbon has two active, this electron, these two active electrons. It's just like having two children, two kids who are ready to get married. So now you have to find someone for them. So these two are really like free radical, one active electron. And in this case, we have these two electrons, which are really very active. So it will behave like an electrophile. Now, at the other end, what is happening? From this OH, because what we have NaOH in the beginning, so we'll get this. And with this, because oxygen contains 6 electrons, or what we can say 3 unpaired electrons, this rotation of electron can push this like this. So there is a possibility then this double bond will be there as a negative thing along with an hydrogen, and what you will get this oxygen double bonded, because oxygen wants to push its lone pair into it. You know, it's pretty simple. Oxygen is more electronegative than carbon, so it can push. First of all, it can attract the double bond character towards itself, or it can push its electron, and this is known as what, the plus M effect. We all know about it. Now this electrophile can attack on this, remaining all other thing as it is. Once this CCl2 attacks, this will become like this: CCl2 minus H, then this O, and keeping the other things constant. But now, because of this process, benzene has lost its aromatic character, and the benzene wants to regain this aromatic character. My dear friend, aromaticity is all about stability. If you are stable, you don't want to lose that stability purpose. So aromatization or aromaticity is basically a factor which can lead to the stability or stabilization. So as benzene is perfectly stabilized, and with this process, it has lost its aromatic character. So by somehow it wants to regain its aromatic character. And during that process, this H plus can easily get attracted towards this minus. And when this H plus loses, a double bond will reform. And what we'll get? We can easily get this one. The double bond, double bond, double bond, O minus, Na plus, CHCl2. Now with this CHCl2, OH minus is already available in the reaction. So now what you can start with, like NaOH is there. So you can place 3 NaOH just to think in more clearer terms. So 2 OH are furthermore available. These 2 OH, or rather 2, because we have 3 NaOH in the beginning, 1 OH is consumed in this alpha elimination. 1 Na is present here. 2 remaining Na can take these 2 Cl with them, and these 2 OH can get associated with this carbon pretty easily. So what we'll get this. Now we know that a geminal diol can easily get converted into an aldehyde. And finally, we'll add some acidic H plus, which will give us OH-CHO, and this is better known as salicyl aldehyde or alpha hydroxy benzaldehyde. So what you can say that the intermediate is carbene. Remark-Tiemann reaction is actually a reaction of phenol with chloroform Remark-Tiemann reaction is actually a reaction of chloroform with phenol in the presence of NaOH, which can give you this salicylaldehyde or 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde, or what we can say alpha-hydroxybenzaldehyde. Pretty simple. The mechanism is very easy. This involves alpha elimination first, and due to this alpha elimination, this carbene will form, and this carbene will attack on a nucleophile, which is your benzene. The thing is, a carbene is a little electrophilic in nature, and like I said before, organic chemistry is all about acid-base reactions. So electrophile will definitely attack on a nucleophile, and with this attack, benzene loses its aromatic character. And once it loses that aromatic character, it tries to regain its aromatic character by removing this H from this bond, and this H is shifted to Cl2. It will become CsCl2, and finally the geminal diol will be formed, which will give you this. And if you want to get rid of this Na, add some H+, you will get OH. This is salicylaldehyde, and this is all about Remark-Tiemann reaction. So for more reaction from organic chemistry, please subscribe this channel, DGS Classes. On regular basis, we will provide you this mechanisms of organic reactions, and within the next few days, I will try to put every reaction on this platform, so that you can once sit and revise each and every name reaction from organic. So this is Dr. Gaurav Sharma for you guys. All the best. Take care. Namaskaram.